Yes, welcome back to AFTV. It's time to do the predicted 11 for Arsenal versus Olympiacos on Wednesday night in the Champions League. I've got Jack and I've got Laurie with me. Big up, guys. Let's go through what should we do? What we want to see, or what we think Arteta's going to go with? We can decide here. We can talk about both, but
I don't think you can predict Arteta at this point, so we might as well do.
Yeah. All right, let's do what we want to see then in this fixture. We'll start in goal. As a group, do you want Kepa or do you want David Raya?
Kepa, man. Kepa. Let's get another look at Kepa. He's done nothing wrong. We know he's a good keeper. And he needs games.
Interesting.
And opportunities like this afford itself. Let's see what he does.
I think he'll go with David Raya, Mikel Arteta. I actually probably would stick with David Raya because I'm just erring for the side of caution.
We do have another game on Saturday though, and it's not even the Sunday. It's the Saturday.
I hear it.
So it makes sense for Kepa, to be honest.
But goalkeepers, I don't think they get too much work. Do you know what I mean? Olympiacos aren't going to really work Arsenal too much. And then there's an international break after West Ham as well. Jack, he's gone Kepa. Do you go Kepa?
I'm sticking with Raya, to be honest. Okay. I think Kepa is the number 2, Carabao Cup games, some FA Cup games. And then, I think we've got like that Kairat team, that Kazakhstani team as the last game at home. That's one where I'd be like, if it's a dead rubber, throw him in. But I like the consistency. I don't like the chopping and changing of keepers, but it's not like we're throwing Alex Runnison in there or anyone, or the keepers we've had in the past. So if Kepa does step in, I'm not going to complain at it, but I'd stick with Raya.
No, I'm with you. Like I said, the quality of Kepa is still very good, so it's not like we're getting a massive drop in it, but I'd stick with Raya. Right back, Jack will go with you. What are you going with? Tim had a lot of minutes at Newcastle.
Ben White. I think he's not looked himself since he's come back from injury. I don't know whether it's just lack of sharpness, whatever, but it's a great opportunity for him. Timber deserves the rest. You've got to remember that Timber did his ACL 2 years ago and he's playing like every game, 90, 90, 90. So it's a nice opportunity for him to rest. And Ben White, if he gets back to his best, we know how good he is. So great opportunity for him.
Laurie, I mean, Timber has been phenomenal. Jack's made great point. 2 years ago, he obviously done his ACL, but he's been at levels that most people, I think when people say he's the best, for me, he's the best in the right back in the Premier League.
I think there's an argument for saying that.
Yeah, he's an absolute aggressive monster. And
what about the Wild, or is that crazy?
I don't know.
I'm not saying it. I'm just pushing it onto you guys.
I know that's smart tactic as a presenter. I'm the one that normally does that, and I kind of lean to. I'm biased though because I see him week in week out. I don't think no one really competes with him to that level. But there'll be people, I'm sure, will want to argue that.
Well, it's got to be good to be keeping Ben White out of the team in the first place because Ben White is an outstanding fullback.
Would you put him back in for this game?
I would put Ben White in. Because I want to see Ben White. We need more minutes. We know he's, as Jack said, he's not hit the heights that he had a couple of seasons ago. But, he needs more game time to get back up to those levels. And with Timber, although he is this physical beast, he does need a little bit of protection. He's played a lot of football. And his style of play is very robust, isn't it? Very physical, very athletic. So if we can rest him, I think that'd be a good thing. So, it makes all the sense in the world to go Ben White for this game. And it's still a high-profile game, still a game that Ben White can shine in.
We all agree then, Ben White in. Let me know in the comments, would you drop or rotate? It's not drop, rotate Timber out of this one. We have such a good squad, it's hard to say drop anymore because it's just like there's levels are levels. Are at the same. I'm going to go right centre-back, Mascara. I'm going to start here. I'm putting him back in. I think obviously at St James Park, people obviously will go in and say he struggled because it was his fault that might have led to the goal, but I still think he's a really good centre-back. I think, he's still very young and mistakes can happen. He's still learning his trade.
With the Mascaro thing, I felt a bit sorry for him yesterday because, he needlessly gave away a corner.
Yeah.
However, let's be honest, Gabriel was more at fault for that goal than he was.
Oh, well, yeah. From leaning
it would
forward.
appear that he took the fall for that goal. Really.
Yeah, I saw a lot of people going in on him, which I think
we don't know for sure, but it would appear that he took the fall for that, and I think that was a little bit unfair on him.
That's fair to say.
And listen, prior to yesterday, we'd all been raving about his performances. So he's only a young player.
Exactly.
We need to look after him, protect him a little bit. I'd love to see him play on Wednesday.
See him start over Saliba?
Yeah, I'd love to see him start.
I think you've got to build the boys' confidence back. Yeah. It's nothing. I don't think he's going to be completely shattered. He would probably had a conversation with his manager, but I did
feel a bit sorry for him because if you saw the, you wouldn't have seen it because obviously he was at the game. There's a couple of times yesterday the camera panned to him
Yeah.
And he did look a little bit upset, I'm not going to lie. And I can understand why he would feel like that.
Yeah. Do you put him back in, Jack?
Yeah, I'd put him back in. I actually think he played really well. Like, if I was to give the two centre-backs a grade, I would probably put Mosquera maybe higher than Gabriel. But unfortunately, that one moment that he had gives away the corner for the goal, and Gabriel has that big moment at the end and scores.
Yeah.
And that's what football is. It's a game of margins, and it's who scores the goals. But I don't think he played badly. Maybe unfortunate to be hooked at half-time. It's just let's throw some experience on here, a level head, get Saliba in, which is a luxury that you can do that. You can look at the bench and be like, I'm bringing Saliba on. But yeah, I'll put him back in.
Okay, so he's gone back in. So then just quickly, Gabriel Magalhaes next to him, or is there a different option? Do you put a Calafiori in there? Who would you put in the left centre-back position? Gabriel's obviously just scored.
I'd have a conversation
goal
with Gabriel because obviously that was quite a
you don't like that
roller
stuff, do
coaster
you?
for him.
If you don't like that stuff in Newcastle when that soft pushing.
No, I didn't like what he did there, and I also, we're digressing slightly. He was quite fortunate to stay on the pitch here. Honestly, he was. He was, bro.
If Altomar's not 6'7", that's an elbow straight in the face.
Well, if Waltemar does what, say, Bruno Guimaraes would have done it, he would have gone down rolling on the floor, and he would have been off.
Bruno tried to I think Bruno did elbow Martin Odegaard. I've seen Virgil van Dijk step on Havertz. I've seen so many.
Jorginho's been elbowed
I've seen so much stuff where it's just like it just gets washed by.
Fine,
Gabriel Magalhaes getting ball front. He said there's so many things.
We have to deal with each incident in isolation, and I'm saying to you that if Waltemar goes down on the floor, reacts like he's just been hit by a left hook by Mike Tyson, he's off. And the game's done. It
wasn't even that physical. I don't think. Anyway, listen. We digress.
It didn't happen.
But Gabriel Magalhaes in.
But yeah, Gabriel,
you'd have a conversation.
I'd have a conversation with him and say, look, how you feeling? Because that would have taken a lot out of him yesterday.
Yeah.
That was a bit of an emotional roller coaster because, like I said, he pretty much gave away the goal, didn't he?
Yeah.
Then he was involved in a few incidents. Then he ends up getting the winner. Hopefully, knowing Gabriel as we do, he's a proper alpha male guy. He'll probably say, yeah, man, I'm all right. So, yeah.
I like the aggression.
Yeah.
It's gonna be controversial because when it happens to me, I might be moaning and catching a clip saying, "Look, man, it's just because you're biased." But I like that striker and centre back going at it. A little bit of standpoint. Look, he didn't do that, but I like some of that stuff.
I didn't appreciate what Waltemar was doing, running to the river. He hit me, like, come on.
He's a big brother. Step up. Anyway.
But how many years have we seen Diego Costa come and shove Mertesacker and lose the game because Mertesacker he can't handle it, or Koscielny gets in a physical battle with Strong, or Drogba rocks up to the Emirates and our centre backs just don't have it in them. Like, it's nice that we finally got someone that comes up against a Haaland and goes, go on then. Like, I might not win every time, but
let's have it.
Have a go.
Let's have it. Yeah, love that. So you're keeping Gabriel in there?
Yeah. I'd love a world where Hincapié is around.
Yeah,
but
amen.
He actually injury, so we're not sure yet.
It is minor. It could be a potential. He's in the squad, but again,
he's no news.
No news, and he's probably not going to start either because he's coming back. He's not going to throw him in there straight away in the deep end. All right, so that's our set about pairing Gabriel and Mosquera. Left back.
I'm going with Miles Lewis-Skelly. I think it's been really unfortunate because obviously last season our fullbacks were so inverting, like the whole thing was they go in midfield, and he's a midfielder, so that suits him down to the ground. Whereas this year we've seen, Arteta wants our fullbacks bombing up and down. He wants them on the overlap, putting crosses in. That's what Calafiori's been doing. We've seen Lewis-Skelly in pre-season with Heinze just practicing whipping the balls in. So I think he's sort of having to learn a new craft, a new type of left back, which is why he's not been playing so much. So great opportunity for him to come in and get potentially 90 minutes.
Okay, I like that. Miles Lewis-Skelly, I don't need to say any more than what Jack said because I actually agree wholeheartedly.
I think he summed it up very well. I think Miles Lewis-Skelly is a very able replacement at left back. I do think Calafiori has had the nod, deservedly so. But listen, a chance to rotate, as we said.
Yeah.
Really quick before we move on from him, do you see any world where he gets that midfield nod now? We're saying that the fullbacks don't invert as much. He's a natural midfielder. Do you want him to learn being that overlapping fullback, or do you want him to become that, I can be a 6, I can play the Zubimendi if we need to, I can sit in a pivot with Rice?
Nah, I want him to stay as a left back. I want him to be competition with Calafiori. I think it's good. They can push each other both to the limits that we need, especially to hopefully get it over the line when it comes to silverware. I think in the 6th position, I'd rather put, which you're going to see in a second, Rice in there. And that'd be, Rice and Zubimendi would be what I'd want to see. But let's go into the midfield 3 and let me start, and let me just say I'm going to do what I want to see. I don't really have a clue what the manager's going to go with, but I'll try and work that out as well. What I want to see, Declan Rice in a 6. Zubimendi, have a little break on this one. I want to put Eze in there, and I'll put Odegaard in there. 2 10s or 2 8s. Go and enjoy yourself. Go express. Just, I maybe, people maybe think I'm disrespecting Olympiacos here, but I think the quality is there. Go and show us something different. You've shown us now, Arteta, that you can do the control. suffocate teams. You can do the long balls, get the job done. You can mix things up. Now I want to see just creative players, the best players on the pitch, and bopping it around teams. So that is a midfield three. What I think he's going to go with, will he reward Mika Marino for scoring and putting back in there? It would annoy a lot of fans. But he probably, that means he has to drop Rice, put a Mika Marino in there, put a Zubimendi in there, put Odegaard in there. I think he might go for something like that, if I'm honest, to save Rice for West Ham. Yeah, West Ham's always a tough game for Rice, but he might want him on his best form. So that's what I think Arteta's going to go with. I think he'll go with Zubimendi, Mika Marino and Odegaard. I want to see Declan Rice, Eze and Odegaard. Anyone else?
Interesting. I do like that permutation though, because like you said, it will allow players to express themselves and gives a bit more creativity.
Yeah.
However, for me, I'd like to see Norgard in this team. We've seen little bits and pieces, and he does look good. Listen, man, I rate Norgard. I always did, even when he was at Brentford.
Oh my God, yeah, Norgard,
Yeah,
of course.
so-
Sorry.
Let's see
Sorry,
Norgard
Christian.
in.
Yeah, just slipped my mind.
I'd have Norgard as the 6.
Yep.
The 8, I would go for Marino. Reward him a little bit
Interesting.
for the goal.
All right, where are you going after this? Because that's 2 DMs.
Right. So
Well, they're not. Sorry, that is such a lie. Mika Marino is a more attacking midfielder, but
I'm
people
kinda thinking
will
that-
tarnish it as that.
I'm kind of thinking that Odegaard
Yeah.
might be available.
Yeah,
And if he is available, let's be honest, the manager's going to play him.
yeah. He
In the
on,
10.
Came on and done well.
Yeah, he
I've
did,
been a
he did.
big critique of Odegaard as our captain, but he came on and started. I don't know what there's people going to be looking. What's that? What analysis is that? But putting
But you
him
know
through
what?
balls
But you know
and
what that
dictating.
could be as well. When you got options, players play better
Yeah.
because they know that when they come in, they have to perform.
Mm.
I've said it many times before. That's one of the great things about having a big squad with quality players is that players know that they have to perform, because if they're not performing, the manager can easily segue to somebody else. But anyway, yeah. So I would have Nordegaard, Marino, and Odegaard as my middle three.
Nordegaard is funny.
Did I say Nordegaard?
Nordegaard. I like how you mixed that.
Yeah,
Listen,
I
I
like
like
that
it.
as well,
It's a
actually,
good
yeah.
blend. It's a good blend. Jack, your midfield three that you want to see.
I want to see Zubimendi, Mika Marino and Odegaard. I think when you've got such a big squad with competition, it's really important that you reward players when they do well. And like you say, Odegaard looked really good yesterday. I think he deserves to start. Mika Marino got the goal, and I also think he's been scapegoated a little bit because we've been asking him to be the creative midfielder recently with not putting Eze in there and not putting Odegaard in there.
Yeah.
So it's nice for him to get a chance to actually play as the 8 in his normal role. We've seen how him and Zubimendi play together for Spain when they've got a creative midfielder like a Pedri with them. So I think reward Marino, reward Odegaard, give Rice a break. But I'm not against Norgard.
Okay, I like that. And let me just give a word on Ethan Wanyeri. At this point of recording, we don't know anything of why he wasn't in the squad. But I'm not going to spread no fake news. I hope he's okay. I hope he's has some involvement, because maybe not in the starting 11. I'm just trying to think. No, maybe not in the starting 11, but definitely I want him to get a big bulk of minutes in this game at some stage, because I don't know why he wasn't in the squad at all. He travelled. I don't know why he wasn't there for Newcastle, but big word to him. And obviously we got all the support from all of us at AFTV. Don't know what's happening, but hopefully he gets some minutes. Going into front three, I'll go again. Sorry, what I want to see Bukayo Saka, because I was shocked he got taken off. There was a lot of discourse amongst fans that Newcastle saying he didn't play well. I didn't personally see that. I thought he had a good game, but I was shocked when he came off. However, it was the right decision in the end, so I'm not the manager. Congratulations, you got it right, Mikel Arteta. I'll eat my words. But Bukayo Saka to start, again, we spoke about, I think nowadays sports science at clubs, they say players have optimum times of involvement. So the first 15, 25 minutes, you will be at your best and we can kill teams. And nowadays there's so much stats behind things. I'll say your peak will drop around this time. So I think get Saka in, give him his peak minutes, put him in there, up front, Gyökeres, play him. If he's available, play him. His confidence gets goals. I think we'll all agree on that. Left wing, haven't thought about this one. We are going to go. It is just a flip of the coin. What I want to see is Martinelli, because I have a bit of bias. I'm a Martinelli fan more than a Trossard fan, but Trossard's brilliant. But Arteta will probably go with Trossard. But I think that'll be the front three. Arteta will go with, I don't know, between Martinelli and Trossard, but it'll be either one of the two. Go.
Well, I would like to see Wanyeri on the right if he's fit.
Fair.
Because Saka's again played a lot of minutes. Like he started Port Vale, and then he starts Newcastle. We've got West Ham at the weekend and an international break. Give him a rest, 20 minutes at the end of the game, just to keep him topped up.
Yeah.
Gyökeres through the middle. He needs to just have that game where he scores a brace or something. It's like, he's arrived now. Maybe this isn't a huge game, so it's not a statement, but he needs to turn up and get a couple of goals. And then on the left, Martinelli. like you say, I think he's been unlucky. He comes off the bench against Bilbao, scores, but then Trossard's the one that starts at City, comes off the bench against City, scores, gets the Port Vale start, and then it's back round to Newcastle. It's Trossard in again, so I think he is more than deserving of getting that start. So that's my 3.
I hear that. The thought trail will be play Trossard, and then when they're tired legs, bring on Martinelli. But I just think, I don't know if I always enjoy that. I think let Martinelli go at him as well, and then bring Trossard on to confuse you, and you can also attack tired legs. But anyway, that's just me backing up those points online. I see what's on.
I think Jack hit the nail in the head. I think.
Would you go? Oh, you're going to
go Ethan.
Oh,
yeah,
wow,
I want to see.
Depending on what we hear, obviously, but
we're
weird that you travel with him.
I described him last season as the most exciting talent in the Premier League, and on his day, I stand by that. He's not had much minutes this season. I want to see him play more. He's just signed a new deal. Let's get him playing some minutes, man. Yoker is through the middle, and as Jack says, let's start with Martinelli on the left. I was kind of tempted to put Eze in there, but we've got a big game again on Saturday, it is, isn't it? The West Ham game.
Yep.
So I'll probably save Eze, have him on the bench, have Martinelli start.
Ooh.
Let Martinelli do his thing, run him ragged, and then we can bring Trossard on a bit later, or Eze, or wherever the manager wants to go with it.
It's an absurd question to even ask, but no Dalman from the start. It's mental that we're talking about a 15-year-old saying,
I love him.
Should he start a Champions League game? But there's a genuine question.
I love him, and people know how much I've backed him. I've watched him from young. He's a mercurial talent. He's one that is, honestly, I think he's going to be one of the best that the country's produced. I genuinely believe that. He is one that, you talk about Ifwanyeri, he is, he gets you on your feet. And I remember saying that last season as well. I'd pay to watch him play. I'd pay to watch Max. I just want to be wary that I want to see him play in this game, not start.
But not from the start.
Yeah, that's all. I think Arteta's dealing with him right. I do want to see a little bit more of him.
You guys okay with Yoker is through the middle?
Yeah.
Because the other day when I suggested that Yoker should start against Port Vale, me and my brother got into some big argument.
I did see that.
Talking about resting him and all that.
I saw the clip.
But the reason why I want to see Yokeres play more games is because he's just incrementally, I think he's getting better each game. I find out, although he didn't score yesterday, I think in many other aspects he probably had his best game for us in the way he was holding up the ball. That suggests to me that he's getting more accustomed to the way we play, and vice versa, we're getting him more used to him as well. So let's give him another run out. Hopefully he can get a goal. There's been a few games now he needs a goal. Hopefully he can get one against Olympiacos. Oh,
do you know what? It's been lovely doing this Spitz 11 thinking about all the players we have. I just think it's just so nice to be like, wow, we have so much quality on there.
You know what? His is the one position that we're not able to rotate as much due to injury.
Yeah, but let him play. Listen,
yeah, I'm with that.
Strikers need confidence. He needs to keep playing, keep getting used to the team he's playing with. You made a great point quick before we wrap about Saka actually. There is an international break coming up after that West Ham game. He's probably going to get wheeled out to play a lot of that as well. So maybe you're right. Maybe try and give him a rest a little bit. But listen, I'm going to put him in my 11. I'm going to keep him there for now. But that was a very good point. Let us know in the comments. Whose 11 do you agree with? I think there is actually there's changes amongst all our three that we want to see. Who's you agree with the most, or if it's completely different from all three of ours, let us know what your 11 would be in the comments below. Like the video on your way out, and come on you Gunners, let's hope we get a win come Wednesday night. I'll see you again soon. Take care.